Hey guys, it's your girl Ayesha Shasha, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made some Decoden pieces, and they're going to be used on a phone case. I made these all out of resin, and I actually used the Arteza Pigments, which my dear friend Sandrartes actually sent to me. She is such a darling. She just sent me samples of every single pigment that she had, and they are so beautiful. Some of them are so pearlescent. They're just absolutely gorgeous, and she even actually labeled each one as well, so I knew exactly which colors that I was using. Yeah, so Sandrartes, thank you so much for that. I am so grateful. So I decided to go for a sweetie theme, because when do I not go for a sweetie theme? So that meant lots of browns, some yellows, some creams, you know, just sort of like chocolatey colors. Now every mold that I'm using is actually from my lovely friend Liz from the Crafts and Glitter shop. I will leave a link in the description box below to her store, and also a discount code for you as well. I absolutely love her molds. You guys have seen me use her stuff before. I've got so many of them, and I just think that they're absolutely brilliant. Now you'll notice that I'm actually curing that piece on both sides. That's really important to do if you're going to be using a dark colored pigment, because sometimes like light has a bit of trouble getting through. So make sure that you do cure your pieces on both sides if you're using dark browns or even blacks. Okay, so this shaker mold I absolutely adore, and I've always wanted to use it. This is the Rilakkuma Gumball Shaker. It is so cute. I really do like how this one turned out actually. I quite like the brown, the pink and the yellow colors together. It looks a little bit like Neapolitan ice cream. Is that how you pronounce it? Neapolitan? Neapolish? I can never pronounce that properly, but you know what I mean, right? But yeah, this is incredibly simple to do, but as I said before, make sure that you do cure this one on both sides, because of course you are using a dark color. As for this star mold, it really reminded me of those Milky Way stars. I don't know if they have Milky Way stars in the US, but they certainly have them in the UK, and it really reminded me of that. Now when it comes to demolding these, I would suggest actually demolding them as soon as they're done. I actually left them for quite a while because I just sort of wanted to demold them all at the same time, but they can be a little bit tricky if they're left in there for too long. So just demold them as soon as you can, but they come out brilliantly and they don't leave any residue either inside of the mold. So yeah, I really do like that. One thing that really impressed me with the pigments is just how easy that they were to actually dissolve in the resin. Sometimes I find that certain pigments do take quite a lot of stirring, and they can have a little bit of clumping, and it might take a little while to sort of like work through those. But these ones just dissolve absolutely beautifully, and the actual end result is really nice. They've got a very nice sort of sheen to them. Some of them are a little bit metallic, some of them are a bit more pearlescent, but you know, I just thought that these colors just came out perfectly, and the browns especially, they're really nice and rich, very sort of chocolatey, exactly what I needed. Now usually I actually tend to fill up the shaker before I dome it, and this time around I decided to dome it first and then fill it up, and I think that actually worked better, because sometimes when you are putting the oil into your shaker, sometimes you're actually putting a bit of air in there as well, and that can cause your shaker film to actually pop off. Because it's not always fully secure around the edges, particularly if you have a very thin perimeter around it. As you can see, like the edge of Rilakkuma's head is really thin. So actually doming it first and then adding in the oil, that really worked well for me. Okay, so now it's time for the Decoden. So here I am colouring my silicone with one of the pigments. I didn't want it to be too yellow. I just wanted it to have a sort of tinge of yellow, more like a sort of cream colour. I wanted it to look like buttercream basically. And whenever you are doing it on a phone case or whatever surface, make sure that you do make it quite rough. Because you want the silicone to be able to adhere to it properly. Pop it into a piping bag and pipe it out as if it's frosting. I actually do find this quite difficult because I have a lot of pain in my joints. So just take your time with it, and yeah, like don't rush this process. This is the bit that really counts. Okay, you want it to be as sort of smooth and as neat as possible. I like to actually place my biggest pieces on first, and then I sort of fit in the smaller pieces around it. And I find this part really quite relaxing, and I just love seeing it all come to life. So there you have it, my darlings. I really do hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and I really hope that you learned something as well. If you did enjoy it, then don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss the next one. Take care, my darlings, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.